What's up everybody, it's Conger Live. We're back again with another Kingdom Boss video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the details of all the buffs and debuffs and instant effects that are in the characters' kits. I'm not going to go over who has what exactly. I did put together a spreadsheet, which is linked in the description below, which will help you determine which characters you might want to try and use if you want to focus on a specific status effect. With that, let's go get into it. Okay, so here we have an image which was shared on the United Powers reference site. This came from Reddit. I believe that Fred posted this. He starts off saying, "Greetings everyone, I feel you've been interested in more information regarding the various status effects in Kingdom Boss. I've compiled a list for you below that should help you out, and I hope you find this info useful. Feel free to share or refer anyone interested to this list." So here we're going to go through every single effect. So first off, our buffs. Defended increases the defense stat per stack, a maximum of 5 stacks. So the first stack is 5%, the second one is 10%, then the third stack's 20, then 35, and then 55% total. So it is somewhat exponential. The first couple stacks aren't great, but once you get that third stack, that's an extra 10% for that stack, up to 20%, and then another 15, and then another 20. So the more stacks you can get are going to be more beneficial as you go through, and that's the case with a lot of these as we go through here. Strengthen increases the attack stat. So this is really, really great for getting that extra damage output. You can get 5 stacks of strength, and you're doing 55% extra damage. That is a lot. Taunting, this character takes 5% less damage, and all enemies must target this character. So it's really cool that we didn't, we understood just from the word taunt that they have to target the character, but the fact that they also take less damage when taunting is really cool. It's only 5%, but it's cool that they have that. A lot of times characters who taunt are going to add defended to decrease that damage, increase their defense while decreasing the damage. Really, really cool. Focused increases critical hit chance per stack, and the same pattern, 5, 10, 20, 35, 55%. 5 stacks of focused for a 55% increase in the critical hit chance, plus if you're using runes that are going to give you more crit chance, that's almost guaranteed crit on characters. So certain characters who love crit and do special stuff with crit, Cascade comes to mind, any way you can give her that extra crit chance is going to really help you out a bunch. Dodging increases the chance to dodge a non-ultimate attack per stack. So it doesn't guarantee dodge, but it increases the chance, once again with the maximum stacks of 5, with the same pattern, 5, 10, 20, 35, 55. Pretty cool. Regenerating heals characters for 50% of the character's attack stat per second. Now when it comes to the character's attack stat, from what I understand, the way it reads, the regenerating healing is the character who casts the regenerating spell, not the character who has the regenerating spell cast on them, because some heroes give other heroes regenerating, and I'm pretty sure it's the attack stat of the character giving the regeneration. One thing I want to mention, I think I observed, and so I'm going to have to look at this again and try and capture it, is that the healing, and potentially could be with regenerators, also crit. I got a green crit heal. I'm pretty sure I saw that. So if I can find a capture of that, I'll try and show you guys that in the future. But keep an eye out on your heals. I think that this crit focus could also crit the healing, so you can get more healing, increased healing with your crit. Pretty interesting, because the healing is based on the attack stat. Something interesting happening there. Hastened increases the attack speed and movement speed by 20% per stack, maximum 5 stacks. So you get 5 stacks, it's doubled, which is amazing. And then shielded reduces all damage received by 10%. So shielded is probably the best defensive buff, where it just flat out reduces all damage received by 10%, but there's no stacks. You either have it or you don't, but mitigating 10% damage is great. Now on to the debuffs. First one is injured. Injured reduces the defense stat per stack, maximum of 5 stats. So it's the opposite of defended. Right, defended, yes. This is really going to help you do more damage, but the buff is better because the buff is going to help that character do damage to anyone they do damage to, where this is going to target just one enemy. But injured is definitely really, really good. Weakened reduces the attack stat, so the opposite is strengthened. Maximum of 5 stacks, same thing, 5, 10, 20, 35, 55. This is going to help keep your guys alive. The wounded reduces the healing received per stack, maximum of 5 stacks. So wounded, unless you're up against some like mega healing teams, I don't see wounded being super useful. But there could be maybe some campaign levels where there's some just crazy healing happening. Then you might want to grab some characters who have wounded to make sure that the enemy doesn't heal up, so you can actually finish him off. Stunned is amazing, prevents a character from attacking, moving, and using their ultimate abilities. Doesn't stop them from charging their ultimate, though. It doesn't say that, where other things do. Slowed reduces the attack speed and movement speed. So slowed is like the negative haste, which is really cool. So, but it's not as good as the haste is. So even if you get 5 stacks of slowed, you're only being slowed 15%, or 75%, where if you have 5 stacks of haste, you're still at 100%. So you're still haste. Slow doesn't completely negate haste. So haste is really, really powerful, the way I read it. Burning damages characters for 15% of the physical damage of the attack stat of the character who applied the effect per stack per second, maximum 5 stacks. What it doesn't say is how long these stacks last. Are they there until the end of the game or until they're cleansed? Or, I mean, because if that's the case, like, no wonder burning and poisoned are such amazing stats. Poisoned is just like burning, but magical damage instead of physical damage. So if it's if you can stack burning and poisoned on like a combo burning poison team, it just sounds insane. Of course, we know the Queen of Shock is Helga. When this character is hit by an attack, damages characters and nearby allies for 20% magical damage of the attack stat of the character who applied the effect per attack, maximum 5 stacks. So what's interesting is you shock the enemy, and then whenever that enemy is hit by an attack, then the shock then spreads, and so it multiplies. And then maximum 5 stacks. But once they have shocked on them, it seems like anybody who hits them is causing the magical splash damage. Pretty crazy. And of course, with 5 stacks, that's 100% magical damage attack. Wow, shocked is awesome. No wonder Helga is such an amazing tune. Blinded reduces the chance to hit with non-ultimate attacks per stack maximum. So this is the opposite of dodge. It doesn't guarantee that they're going to miss, but it is helpful to avoid getting hit. Not my favorite skill. Marked increases damage received per stack, maximum 5 stacks. So this is really, really cool. I think it's better than, what are the other ones? The injured, where it reduces the defense stat. The marked increases damage received, which is kind of like the opposite of shielded, but there's stacks. We put stacks on here, so they can get a lot more damage received. So mark is really, really cool skill. The affected character can't dodge, which is really, really cool. I don't know how many characters put marked out right now. Maybe only 1 or 2, but really, really cool status effect. Inhibited, this character can't have buffs applied to them. This is pretty cool. And then, especially because some of the buffs are really good. Conditional though, who are you fighting? Are they laying out a bunch of buffs? You might need inhibited. Otherwise, just okay. Banished removes character from battlefield, preventing characters from attacking, moving, and using their ultimate abilities. And while they're off the battlefield, they're also not charging their ultimate. So a little bit different than stunned. Similar in that sense. Sometimes in some situations stunned is better because you can keep pummeling them, where banished sometimes better because it completely removes them from the battlefield. So I'm torn between which status effect I like better, stunned or banished. I want to know your opinion between stunned and banished. Which one do you think is better? In the comments down below. Then we have the instant effects. The heals recovers character's lost health for an amount indicated by the associated ability. Some heals heal based on different effects, but like I said, sometimes it's their strength, and I think I've noticed crits on heals, which is something to look out for. Maybe you want to give your healers some crit chance to get more heals out of them. Purge removes a stack of a random buff from a character, and Cleanses removes a random stack of a debuff from a character. These are excellent skills to kind of help clear the battlefield. Obviously, you want to purge the buffs from your enemy. You want to cleanse the debuffs from yourself. Knocked Back is pretty cool. It moves a character away from a position. Very useful against melee characters, so they have to kind of move back up to start getting attacks in. And Pulls moves the characters towards a position, which is really cool. When you have characters that are ranged, you want to bring them closer. And also if there's effects like Shocked, where it hurts people around you, or like how Nettis does damage to people around her, if you can have another character pull people in, so then those effects are being multiplied, then that's a really cool combination of effects. Drains reduces the ability energy from an amount indicated by the associated ability, and Charges increases the ability energy for an indicated amount. So Drain is going to slow down the ults from your enemy, and Charges is going to speed up the ults from your guys, which is really, really cool. And then Resurrect, pretty simple, brings a character back from a death, reviving them at a % health indicated by the ability. And that's it. That's all the effects. I want to know which ones you guys like the most. Which ones do you feel are the most useful? For me, I think, Strengthened, Focused, Hastened are probably the best buffs, the best debuffs. Injured's pretty good. Stunned is amazing. Burned, Poison, Shock are great. Marked is really good. Banished. And of course, everybody loves heals for instant effects. But I would say that the Purge, Cleanse, Resurrect, those are all really, really good. Charges. I don't think there's anything wrong with any of these instant effects. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Ninja, kick that like button for more content. Subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.